The almost $2.3 billion Tanzania made last year in Africa came mostly from trading with its East African neighbors like Rwanda, Kenya, and Uganda. As a whole, Tanzania exported some $4.9 billion worth of goods, mostly to Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, but is now eager to expand trade with its peers in Africa. The East African Business Council's top officials argue that the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which Tanzania ratified in August this year, is the right vehicle to use in achieving this goal. The United Nations estimates that the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement could grow inter-trade in Africa by 52% next year, which before the COVID-19 pandemic stood at around 16%. Under the agreement, Tanzania stands to benefit from a market of 1.2 billion people compared to about 522 million people that it has access to in the East African Community and the Southern African Development Community. The Tanzanian government hopes that with increased trade, many of its citizens will be lifted out of extreme poverty and ushered into better lives. Isaac Lukando, SABC, Dar es Salaam.
At the same time, the Tanzanian government says it will soon announce the start of negotiations for a multi-billion-dollar special economic zone located in its coastal town of Bagamoyo, which includes the construction of East Africa's largest port. The project had stalled under the country's previous administration because some of the reservations it had about some of its aspects. The SABC's Isaac Lukando has more.
Tanzania's government says preparations for discussions on the implementation of the Bagamoyo Special Economic Zone project are at an advanced stage. The project will see the construction of a $10 billion port and a special economic zone that is expected to transform Tanzania into a trade and logistics hub in the East African region. The Bagamoyo port would be the largest port in East Africa and a key component in China's $900 billion transnational infrastructure building program dubbed the Belt and Road Initiative. A framework agreement signed in 2013 between a major Chinese company, an Omani fund, and the Tanzanian government was expected to pave the way for the project's implementation. However, the country's previous administration decided to shelve the project, citing concerns about the project's Chinese financiers setting exploitative and awkward terms in exchange for financing. The country's investment minister, who is leading a team of negotiators, has given the public assurances that the nation's interest will come first. Managing to get the project off the ground would be considered by some as another success for President Samia Suluhu Hassan's investment-friendly approach. Several months into office, the country has already registered 164 projects worth some $3.5 billion that have created 48,000 jobs. Through this project, her administration is hoping to create thousands of more jobs and billions of dollars in revenue that will push the country's economy a step up from its current lower middle income status. Isaac Lukando, SABC, Dar es Salaam.